Ben ritrovati ragazzi sul canale di Ghelloz, episodio 9 della nostra partita in Raven Remastered. Nello scorso episodio ci siamo ripresi dalla botta in testa e dalla droga soprattutto. Siamo entrati nella stanza della baronessa che è stata uccisa. C'è questa macchia di sangue sospetta perché rimane rossa per più tempo del dovuto. Abbiamo preso un nastrino che c'era qui. C'è qualcosa dentro il vaso ma non riusciamo a raggiungerlo, quindi magari dobbiamo andare a trovare un'asta o qualcosa del genere. Qui dentro non mi sembra che ci sia molto altro. E abbiamo visto che c'è un condotto di reazione, lì così. Esaminiamo la porta.
The door frame was damaged when Dr. Gebhardt kicked it in. The real question is, why was the door locked in the first place? Assuming the murderer isn't a magician, and the Baroness locked the door herself before she went to bed, the murderer couldn't have left the cabin through the door. So, the murderer must have still been in here when Dr. Gebhardt kicked the door in. Which is unlikely because someone would have seen him, or he found another way out of the cabin.
E che altro modo? Lì abbiamo visto l'oblò, riguardiamo l'oblò, magari ora c'è qualche interazione diversa con l'oblò. No. Niente. Si è nascosto nel vaso.
In the vase, but the neck is too narrow to reach in with my hand.
Per ora andiamocene. Sarebbe interessante capire, ragazzi. Ui, ti sposti no? Cosa c'è nel vaso? Se riusciamo a prendere qua un po' di sangue. Ah, ok, ce l'ha fatta. E poi vorrei capire se l'allarme è stato... c'è stato questo, quello che è stato fatto suonare o meno. Oh, il maggiordomo.
The Baroness's butler looks like he didn't get much sleep. I would describe his facial expression as worried.
Effettivamente lo sembra abbastanza.
Hello, Mr. Inch.
Oh, Constable, hello.
You look the worse for wear. It must be terrible for you.
Quite terrible. No one will hire me now.
Excuse me?
My mistress was murdered. Would you hire a butler who's been mixed up in a murder?
But if it turns out that you're not guilty...
If. But what if not? Who else would they blame? There are no gardeners on this ship.
I understand your problem. Under these circumstances, I'm sure you'd answer some questions that could help clear your name, wouldn't you?
Of course.
Sempre maggiordomo l'assassino. Allora, la notte scorsa...
Did you notice anything suspicious last night?
No, sir. After the Baroness went to the saloon, I went to the forecastle. I was there until the alarm went off. I went to the side deck and arrived shortly after Professor Lucien and Miss Miller. We found you and Inspector Legrand there. You were unconscious, and the inspector asked us to take care of you.
Ah.
Did you hear the gunshot?
No, just the alarm, sir.
Quindi la pistola non si è sentita... Però è strano. Sì, beh, noi eravamo al piano sopra questo, diciamo. Se invece lui era a prua, forse era un pochino più lontano.
You said you were on the forecastle. It sounded like the Baroness let you have the rest of the night off.
Not entirely, sir. One of the crew informed me that the Baroness wanted to be roused at 9:45.
Right. Why was that?
I suppose that she wanted to toast the success of the journey with the captain and the other passengers.
She hadn't intended to take a nap, then?
That was not her way, sir. She had a lot of spirit, shall we say, when it came to social engagements and a glass or two of champagne.
The Baroness's cabin seems to have been ransacked.
Indeed, sir, by the Baroness herself.
Really?
She was searching for something the entire afternoon.
And did she find it?
I think she did, sir, yes. She was in high spirits when she finally left her cabin.
You wouldn't happen to know what she was looking for, would you?
I'm afraid not.
Would you describe the Baroness as orderly?
Well, she... She always had a lot of responsibilities, sir.
Ok,
That
qui vale un
doesn't
no.
answer my question.
She used to take a lot of luggage on journeys, and I helped her keep track of it as best I could. She was always very angry when she couldn't find something.
What about the photos and the documents I saw in her cabin?
I really don't know. They were out of bounds to me, sir. Memories from the war, I'd say. They meant a lot to her.
The Baroness seemed to be pretty drunk the last time I saw her.
Is that so?
Does that surprise you? Did the Baroness not drink?
Oh, yes, she drank. It was no secret.
I understand. How serious was her habit?
Serious enough, sir.
Was she under any medical supervision?
Certainly not, sir. She adamantly refused to see a doctor. Like so many elderly women, she had a distinct aversion to hospitals and the like.
How long had you worked for the Baroness?
6 months, sir.
Only 6 months. I always thought that butlers stayed with their employers for decades.
Those decades have to start at some point, Constable. Her former butler wasn't able to fulfill his duties any longer. Gout, sir.
I understand.
I took on his duties and hoped for a secure position for the next 20 years.
May I ask what happened to your arm?
A souvenir from the war, sir.
Doesn't it hinder your work?
Yes, sir. Obviously.
I didn't mean to offend you.
The Baroness had a soft spot for disabled veterans. I think she'd been through a lot herself.
I think that's all for now.
Please, sir, find the murderer. You have to clear me of all suspicion.
No, questo è sicuro, però pensa più a se stesso
The
che
death
altro.
of his mistress doesn't really bother
Infatti.
Inch. He's only worried about his own future.
È esattamente quello che ho appena detto.
The death of...
Perché è tornato qui? Puoi andare in quel punto o no? Provaci, non mi fai andare lì. Allora dovremmo andare giù dall'altra parte, però...
An antique wooden globe. If Galileo hadn't asserted himself back then, this would be a flat disk now.
Beh, non è stato mica il primo
The
Galileo.
globe nicely shows that 4/5 of the Earth's surface is covered by water. Looking out the window, I'd call that an understatement.
Vorrei trovare qualcosa per quel maledetto vaso. Vediamo se c'è qualcosa qua. Ah, ora c'è pure il capitano. C'è pure il capitano. Intanto ci siamo scritti qualcosa sul maggiordomo. Baronessa, il maggiordomo. Sì, il maggiordomo forse perché lavoravo con lei da solo pochi mesi, ok.
Captain DeConti is sitting at the bar again. He gave me the glass of champagne last night. Hello, Captain DeConti.
Hey, Constable Zelna. You're back on your feet again. Glad to see it.
What was your experience of last night?
Oh, terrible. Dinner was fantastic. Everyone was excited about having a pleasant drink under the stars. And then this.
You were in the saloon all night long.
As the captain, I have to care for my passengers. After you and the others rushed out, I tried to maintain a festive atmosphere. But when the alarm goes off, I lose the battle.
Tra l'altro con un cadavere... Cioè, insomma, se siamo partiti da così poco da Venezia saremo ancora nell'Adriatico, no? Quindi approdi e fai in modo che il cadavere non vada in Egitto. A me viene in mente questa cosa, la baronessa.
How was the Baroness?
She really surprised me. After she was so unapproachable at the reception and didn't show her face for the entire afternoon, I was afraid she was one of the bores and bourgeoisie. But then she arrived in the early evening in the best of moods. Already had a few, if you know what I mean.
Did she say anything to you?
She asked me where Legrand's cabin was. I told her, then invited her to come for drinks in the evening. I said it would be great fun. The whole ship will be there, and you don't want to miss that, I told her.
And then?
She seemed to like the idea. She smiled, and then left again for a few minutes. Then she came back and seemed very happy. We drank a toast to life.
Quindi praticamente è andata a dire alle Grand ci vediamo alle 10, poi è tornata qua a bere sostanzialmente.
But at some point she didn't feel well anymore?
She overdid it a bit. She suddenly started to swoon and almost spilled her drink. I asked her if she wanted to rest for a moment in her cabin. At first, she didn't want to. She definitely wanted to stay in the saloon. But then she realized that she really did need to lie down. We left together. You know the rest of the story.
Ho capito, quindi lei voleva restare qua, ma si sentiva male, ha detto vado a dormire ma mi svegliate entro le 10 perché aveva l'appuntamento qua con le Grande. Capito.
Did everyone drink from the same bottle of champagne last night?
There was more than one bottle, if that's what you mean. There were quite a few guests, and the event lasted several hours.
The last bottle of champagne, the one the Baroness drank from, did anyone else drink from it?
Certainly.
We have reason to believe that the champagne was drugged.
Incredible. But wouldn't that have made everyone drowsy?
Not if it was only the Baroness's glass that was drugged.
I see. That's possible. On a night like that, many glasses are filled and emptied. There are several stewards, many guests. No one keeps track of every glass and every bottle.
A few drops in a glass?
Yes, it's certainly possible.
The glass you handed me last night, where did you get it?
Ah, I understand. You think your glass was poisoned as well?
Did you pour it yourself?
No. I saw that you weren't doing so well and wanted to rescue the situation. I took the first available glass and I give it to you.
Was it on the table?
No, I hurry over to you, together with Dr. Gebhardt, who... Of course, he had the glass in his hand. He was looking around for a place to set it down, so that he could examine you. I took it from him.
And gave it to me.
I'd like to apologize for that, but you look so worse for the wear, and I just wanted to comfort you. I didn't think of looking for a new glass for you.
So the doctor had the drugged glass in his hand.
Esatto, però il dottore ci ha detto che è arrivato nel bar praticamente 2 secondi prima di noi, che non ha visto niente. Quindi bisognerebbe capire se l'ha preso per caso o comunque lui aveva in mano questo qua, il Mario Kart. Aveva in mano 2 bicchieri. Uno di sicuro gliel'aveva passato il dottore, l'altro ce l'aveva già in mano. Ora io francamente non mi ricordo se mi è passato quello che gli ha dato in mano il dottore o quello che aveva già in mano lui. Ora potrebbe anche mentirci. Vediamo un po'.
Is it possible to find out where the alarm was set off?
I'm afraid not. There are alarms all over the ship.
I saw that they're sealed. Can't we just check whether the seal is broken?
I'm afraid they're gonna be missing on a lot of alarms. You know, this is an old ship, and over the years...
So, you're saying that the alarms haven't been regularly maintained?
I'll inform the crew immediately, of course.
Of course. What can you tell me about the passengers?
Oh, not that much, I'm afraid. I wanted to get to know them properly at the reception. In most cases, I just shook hands with them as they boarded the ship. There are a few regulars on board, and after dinner, I had a conversation with Mr. Kreutzer, a talented violinist, and Lady Westmacott. But you already know them from the train.
It seems like there aren't that many passengers on board.
These bloody airplanes are making our lives miserable. Can you imagine? Grown men prefer to jam themselves into a narrow metal coffins instead of enjoying the fresh sea air on a ship.
It's all about saving time.
It shouldn't be about how much time it takes to get from A to B, but about how you spend that time.
Non importa la destinazione, ma il viaggio.
That's what it's about.
I'll get back to my investigations now.
Ciao, Constable.
È pieno di stereotipi italiani, la nave italiana poco curata, l'italiano che si gode il tempo, però ci stanno. Allora,
I'm sure
non ho più niente da dirci. Esamina il secchiello del ghiaccio.
the alcoholic drinks and everything that goes with them is top-notch on this ship. As expected, fresh ice and tongs.
Abbiamo preso le pinze.
Zelda, what is the meaning of this? Are even the police light-fingered nowadays?
I need this tool for a criminal investigation.
Well then, why didn't you say so? But bring the tongs back when you're done. Otherwise, I'll have cold fingers all day.
Ok, possiamo andare a prendere quello che c'è nel vaso. Parliamo con la
Lady
vecchietta.
Westmacott seems to be an early bird, but maybe that's just because of all the excitement. I saw a twinkle in her eye on the train. She's eager to be part of a real detective story. Lady Westmacott, already on your oh.
Constable, don't you think before you speak?
I'm sorry.
Che figura.
I didn't mean to.
No time for chit-chat. What have you found out?
We're still working on the case. Actually, I have a couple of questions for you.
Please, go ahead.
What did you think of our adventure on the train? An extraordinary story, isn't it?
I'm glad that you were able to prove yourself, Mr. Zellner.
Hopefully not for the last time.
I'm glad that everything ended well. I want to thank you sincerely for taking care of Matthew. I can't bear to think about something happening to him.
It all worked out in the end. Do you think that the thief from the train and the murderer are the same person?
I think the new Raven is capable of anything.
Legrand believes there is no new Raven. He thinks that the old one has returned.
He said that.
Do you think it's possible? Everyone thinks he's dead.
As a dramatist, the return of the Raven would certainly be delightful. A legend comes back from the grave for one last job. It's quite romantic. At the same time, though, I'd be disappointed.
Why is that?
I followed the Raven's career closely. There weren't many burglars with such character and charm. His burglaries were clever and entertaining, but he was sloppy in London. He almost got caught, and I'll never forgive him for the affair on the train. No, I would much rather that the Raven stayed dead and had nothing to do with the burglary or the murder.
A questo punto potrebbe essere che cioè, l'indizio per dire che il vecchio Corvo e il nuovo Corvo sono la stessa persona prevalentemente dovuto al fatto che ha chiamato Legrand col nome di Nico. Però dobbiamo capire se fosse solo il vecchio Corvo a chiamare Legrand e Nico, magari anche qualche altro poliziotto. Chi è il nostro sospettato?
What do you think? Who is our suspect?
Everyone, or almost everyone. Everyone on board is physically capable of shooting someone, but who has the dark desire to take the life of a defenseless person?
One cannot read minds.
And one should not try. You have to collect evidence, traces, clues. That's what will lead us to the killer. It won't be like a bad crime novel, in which they introduce a new character shortly before the end who, surprise, surprise, is also the murderer.
Murderers leave evidence. They're nervous or unnaturally relaxed. They have to adjust constantly.
And because of that, they make mistakes. This is your chance, Constable. If you find the mistake, you'll find your murderer.
E quelle piume di pollo annerite sono, secondo me, l'indizio.
Have you noticed anything related to the murder?
Unfortunately not. I was already in my cabin and missed all the commotion. Damnable old age.
You're telling me.
Oh, you're still young. At my age, you have to expect that you won't experience much anymore. And although I've written about murder so many times, I've never actually witnessed one. How exciting.
I doubt everyone is so relaxed in such a situation.
Heartless is the word you're searching for, right, Constable? I certainly didn't want the Baroness to be murdered, but if I can't undo it, then I might as well enjoy it.
What do you think of Inspector Legrand?
He seems to be as skilled as everyone says. Intelligent, focused. I had a chat with him yesterday, and he impressed me, but there's something haunted in his eyes.
I don't think he ever really stopped hunting the Raven.
Catching the Raven made him famous. What if he actually shot the wrong person? Unjustified fame bothers people, the good ones at least.
And you think he's one of the good ones?
Anyone who tries so hard to tear down his own memorial must be honorable. Or insane.
I have to be going, Lady Westmacott.
Please keep me informed, Constable Zellner.
Of course.
Perfetto, così poi ci scrivo un libro su di noi. Segreti. Ok, qua ci siamo. Ispettore, ispettore. L'ho notato anch'io. Sì, un po' ossessionato dal Corvo, effettivamente. Entra nel ponte di poppa. Sto cercando di vedere. Guarda fuori.
Oh, wonderful. Sunshine and a blue sky above the Mediterranean Sea. It would be a perfect cruise day, if not for the murder.
Esamina il tetto
The
vitrato.
ship must have been rebuilt at some point. I'm sure it didn't originally have such a modern glass roof.
Effettivamente. Sto cercando indizi, ragazzi, ma... Punzecchiama o il chiappe del capitano? Allora no, qua c'è poco da fare. Proviamo ad andare fuori, vedere se c'è qualcun altro. Poi rientriamo nella cabina con le pinze. Sdraiati a prendere il sole.
No, Jacob. Business before pleasure. Big, soft towels. I could reserve a deck chair with it. No, better not.
Dai, prendine uno. Accidenti te. Comunque, sembra che poppa non ci sia possibilità di andare adesso. Posso solo entrare nel bar. No, andiamo qua lateralmente. Cos'è quello? Mi sembra niente di particolare. Andiamo dentro, proviamo a usare le pinze. Perfetto. Questa era abbastanza chiamata come cosa.
There's something in there. Ah. Someone stuffed this in the vase. Looks like it's been used to muffle a gunshot. If this isn't an important discovery, I don't know what is. Legrand, here I come. What a discovery. This pillow was obviously used to muffle a shot. Legrand, here I come.
Effettivamente, per quello non l'hanno sentito nel ponte di prua. Adesso l'unica cosa che ci rimane da fare è esaminare la macchia di sangue. Come facciamo a prenderne un campione?
The unusual color of the blood could be something. All cats are gray in the dark, as the saying goes. I should take a sample.
Come facciamo a prendere un campione? Qua intanto segreti. Credo che ci sia altro nel primo del puzzle, ma no, vabbè, questo qua l'abbiamo risolto. Dobbiamo capire come prendere lì. Per il resto qua dentro penso di aver visto tutto. Allora, prima di andare dalle Grand, proviamo ad andare un attimo davanti. Vediamo se mi dice qualcos'altro sulla passerella.
The gangway is hard to miss. Why did the murderer drop the gun on the gangway? They must have noticed their mistake, even if their back was so. Why didn't they take the gun and throw it a few meters farther into the sea?
Forse era di fretta. Nel senso che è scappato, magari... Qua c'è un condotto da reazione. Questo è tutto un condotto da reazione. Questa sembra una grata, magari l'ha lanciato da qua dentro. Per quello non è riuscito. Ed è esattamente sopra la cabina. Cioè da qua ha fatto... Up, e ha beccato qui. Quindi potrebbe essere questo il motivo. Non so se a voi sconfinfera la faccenda. È interessante, interessante. Andiamo prima sopra. Andiamo dopo sulla prua. Andiamo avanti ancora qualche minuto oggi. Qua dove abbiamo arrestato il tizio.
We were here yesterday when we heard the shot, and it was also here where Legrand caught our stowaway. A boat like this would also make a good hideout for a stowaway. Were the tarpaulins arranged like that on purpose so that no one could put them back in order once they get in? You can tell at a glance that everything is ship-shape with this boat.
Quindi non è stato toccato. Usiamo le nostre pinze. Pinza, pinza.
This isn't a panoramic deck for visitors. There are pipes, steel cables, chains up here. You can smell the smoke from the funnel. I have no idea how the ship works, and I really don't care, as long as it stays afloat. The grate must be part of the ship's ventilation system. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Beh, perché una funziona l'altra no?
The grate shouldn't be so easy to open. Did the stowaway open it and we caught him in the act? No. The pipe is too narrow. He wouldn't fit in there. I guess the cover has been defective for a while. I could inform the captain that the grid has to be repaired, but if I start reporting all the problems on the ship, I'd have to shelve my murder investigation.
Beh, comunque è un indizio importante che non va. Magari anniversario 15 anni, quindi questa nave è una crociera da 15 anni, ma prima ha fatto tipo 6 guerre mondiali, qualcosa del genere. Esamina la porta.
The ship's bridge. 2 men. One of them navigating. I get the impression that the officers keep things running. It seems like the captain concentrates on the passengers and the bar. Why is there an axe hanging here? I suppose it's for chopping through ropes in the event that the lifeboats can't be lowered. Or they use it to enforce who's allowed on the boat and who's not.
Prendila, prendila. Ah, siamo scesi. No, controlla un attimo su, voglio essere sicuro che non ci sia nient'altro. Scendi le scale, esamina ancora la porta.
Let the men do their work. If one of them had detected something yesterday, he'd already have informed Legrand or the captain.
Va bene, penso che qua sopra possiamo dire aver fatto tutto. Ispeziona
There's
l'angolo.
dirt piled up in the corner. Down below, where the passengers are, the ship is pretty clean. But the crew doesn't seem to care as much up here.
Beh, ma non è che... cioè, non si vedeva. Vediamo un po' se c'è qualche altra cosa. Ma, niente. Qua sopra mi sa che abbiamo fatto proprio tutto. Quindi dai, ci salutiamo qua ragazzi. Adesso andiamo in prua. Vediamo cosa possiamo trovare. Mancano un po' di membri dell'equipaggio. Forse sono tutti nelle loro stanze. Adesso andrei poi a trovare le grandi. Iniziamo a dargli le prove che abbiamo trovato. Quindi le piume, il nastrino, il messaggio della baronessa e questo. Dovremmo andare a riportare anche le pinze, anzi potremmo andare a farlo, così almeno il capitano ci considera una persona onesta, e poi andiamo avanti a cercare indizi. Quindi ci salutiamo qua, ci vediamo nel prossimo episodio ragazzi. GG a tutti.